108 Hosmer versus the form we're having people sign with CDs.
It's just an advice of rights.
I'd be happy to carry copies of that.
Yeah, we can get you it's just the advice of rights. That's
Yeah,
the
that'd be
one.
great.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, let's see. This is Caitlin Good, you said?
Yes, sir.
On the record in the matter of 103 Hosmer LLC versus Caitlin Good, file number 23-03312, counsel with me.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Whitty appearing on behalf of the plaintiff in 108 Hosmer.
And your name, ma'am? Okay, very good. This is good. Today was the date that was scheduled for a hearing, and my understanding is that you and Mr. Whitty have worked out a conditional dismissal agreement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, can you put the terms on the record, counsel?
Certainly. Your Honor, there's currently rent to retain due through the end of March in the amount of $5,343. Court costs are $212.39 for a total of $5,555.38. That's going to be paid through a payment plan. In paragraph 3, we marked defendant shall pay $400 a week starting on Friday, March 15th, 2024, and continuing every Friday until the balance above is paid in full. Payments in each month shall be applied first to the current rent and lease charges, and then to the arrearage. Any lump sum payment, for example, tax refund, will be applied separately and will not excuse payments. So in other words, what will happen each month is kind of a bucket. The payments are going to come in, are going to pay the rent first. Then once that's caught up, then they go to the arrearage. If she gets her tax refund, which she thinks she's going to do, that'll help pay the plan off and accelerate it, but that doesn't relieve her of the obligation to make further payments. We did discuss that if she didn't make the payments as agreed, we'd have the right to come back to court and get a judgment without further notice of hearing. Partial payment would not stay the issuance of the writ, and we discussed her rights under MCR 4.201J, after which she signed the conditional dismissal. If I'm
Okay, and so, Mr., that's your understanding of the agreement that you entered into?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you understand that you have the right to proceed to a trial on this matter? You have the right to jury trial?
Yes.
Are you willing to give up your right to jury trial on this matter?
Yes.
You also have the right to be represented by an attorney. You were advised of that right at the time of your pretrial. Are you waiving your right to an attorney?
Yes.
And you recognize that partial performance of this agreement will not satisfy. You need to completely follow the terms that you indicated here on this document, okay? Okay, and that's your signature at the bottom? Okay, anybody threatening you to get you to give up these rights that you just said that you wanted to waive?
No.
Any promises being made in exchange for you waiving those rights?
No.
Okay, you're agreeing to pay rent in the amount of $5,343. Plus court costs $212.38. That includes rent owed through March 31st, 2024, for a total of $5,555.38, which will pay $400 per week starting March 15th, 2024, and continue every Friday until the balance above is paid in full. Payments in each month shall be applied first to the current rent and the lease changes, and then to the arrearage, any lump sum payment, for example, from your tax refund, will be applied separately and will not excuse payments. You understand that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the right you waived, you can return to the court and request to have this agreement set aside, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
Any additional matters for the record?
nothing for plaintiff here.
You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Was it Mr. Hunt?
Mr. Riley.
Mr. Riley. Okay, on the record in the matter of LG Park Place versus John Riley, file number 23-03313, counsel appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Whitty on behalf of LG Park Place.
Okay, how are you again, Mr. Riley? Okay, today was the date set for a hearing, and you have a conditional dismissal.
I do, Your Honor. I have to put those terms on the record. There's currently rent to retain possession through the end of March in the amount of $4,191. Court costs of $220.43 for a total of $4,411.43. Parties have agreed the defendant shall pay $750 on March 22nd, 2024, $750 on April 5th, 2024, and the balance above plus all April rent and lease charges by April 30th, 2024. I think Mr. Riley's anticipating getting a pretty substantial tax refund, and that's gonna get him caught up. We did discuss that partial payment wouldn't stay issuance of a writ, but if he didn't keep the payment plan, we could proceed without further notice or hearing and get a judgment. I did go over his rights under MCR 4.201J, after which he signed the conditional dismissal, if I may approach.
Yeah.
And I also did give him a copy of the advice.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Riley, is what Mr. Woody said about how you want to move forward accurate?
Yes.
Okay, so the case will be dismissed today upon the condition that you will pay past due rent $4,191. That's for rent due through March 31st, 2024, correct?
Yes.
Plus court costs of $220.43 for a grand total $4,411.43. Accurate?
Yes.
And that you shall pay $750 on March 22nd, $750 on
That's a 5.
April 5th, and the balance above, plus all April rent and lease changes by April 30th, 2024, correct?
Correct.
You understand that partial performance will not satisfy this, so you gotta comply completely with what's stated here in section 3 in order to keep this dismissed. You understand that? Okay, you have the right to be represented by an attorney at your hearing today. Did you waive your right, or do you want to waive your right to an attorney at this time?
Yes.
Okay, you have the right also to have a jury trial on this matter. Are you waiving your right to jury trial?
Yes.
Okay, anybody threatening you to do that?
No.
Any promises being made to you to get you to give up those rights and enter a conditional dismissal?
No.
You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you walk out the door, you realize, actually, I misunderstood my rights. I don't want to waive them. You can return to the court. You would go to the civil department, request to file a motion to set aside judgment, and we'll set this matter for hearing, okay?
Okay.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for plaintiff, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Put those copies. So you can, okay, you can leave them next to our other advice and rights, because they need to start doing themselves. Here. Okay, do you have?
Your Honor, I have a conditional dismissal on Lansing Property Holdings versus Hunt.
Okay, file number 23-03315 LT, appearance for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Whitty appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
What's your name, sir?
Paul Hunt, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hunt, today was a date set for hearing on a landlord tenant non-payment of rent. And there's a conditional dismissal. Mr. Whitty, put the terms on the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's currently rent to retain in the amount of $2,000 through March 31st, 2024. Court costs are $236.31. Total amount to retain $2,236.31. And the further conditions, we've got a little payment plan here. The balance above shall be paid on or before April 12th, 2024. In addition, April rent and all lease charges shall be paid by April 1st, 2024. We did discuss the failure to make payments as agreed could result in the entry of a judgment and order of eviction without further hearing. Partial payment would not state an issuance of a writ. We did go over Mr. Hunt's rights under MCR 4.201J, and I did give him a copy of the advice of rights form, after which he signed the conditional dismissal. I may approach.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so let's see, Mr. Hunt, is that accurate as to how you want to proceed?
Everything will get taken care of.
What was my question?
I'm going to proceed.
I said, was that accurate as to how you want to proceed?
Oh, yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney in this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to give up your right to an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
You also have the right to have a jury trial in this matter. Are you waiving your right to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to give up those rights?
No, ma'am.
Any promises being made to you to give up those rights?
No, ma'am.
So you want the case dismissed today upon the condition that you pay past due rent of $2,000 that's due through the time period of March 31st, 2024, plus court costs of $236.31 for a total amount due $2,236.31. It says that the balance above shall be paid on or before April 12, 2024. In addition, April rent and all lease charges shall be paid by April 1st, 2024. That's correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you do understand that partial performance won't satisfy. You have to comply fully. You can't pay part.
I know.
Okay, you sign that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for the court?
No, ma'am.
You have 3 business days from today. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you just gave up, you can return to the court and request to have this agreement set aside. We'll set it for a hearing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll get you a copy and you'll be all set. You too.
Call on Carins versus Drake.
Record in the matter of Brady Calkins versus Stacy Drake and file number 23-03317 LT. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Whitty appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Brady.
Okay, today was the date set for hearing. The matter was scheduled for 2:30. No one's appeared on behalf of the tenant, and you would like a default to enter.
That's correct, Your Honor. I'm showing that we had service by, we did have personal service in this matter. I'm prepared to put on proofs for default if the court may desires.
You can state it for the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's currently rent to retain in the amount of $7,220. Court costs are $239.45. Total amount to retain is $7,459.45. Money damages in this case are $6,830.97, and that rent prorated through the day. Court costs are again $239.45. Total money judgment amount is $7,070.42. To the best of my knowledge, the defendant is neither a minor, an incompetent, or in the military service, and the landlord has kept the premises fit for the use as a rental residential dwelling, if I may approach.
The bond is entered. Let's see. You see Rebecca Watson.
She's here, Your Honor. We haven't contested.
You have what?
I think we're gonna have a contested matter.
Okay, well, it's 3 p.m.
She is here.
Let's see, Mr. Cozart.
Yes, Your Honor.
I think you're here on the matter for Batterson.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm appearing for Alyssa Hall.
Okay, I have not seen Mr. Nearett yet. Oh, there he goes, just as I said his name. Mr. Nearett. Okay, Mr. Nearett is here on the record in the matter of James only versus Justin Batterson. File number is 23-03585 LT. Council appearances.
Please court, Your Honor, Attorney Frank Neary for the plaintiff landlord.
Your Honor, Adam Kazard here on behalf of defendant, appearing for Alyssa Hall.
Okay, Mr. Batterson, you can hear us?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Today was a date set for a hearing, and my understanding is that the parties have entered a resolution agreement.
My understanding is that there's still an application for assistance pending,
Oh, okay, that could be right. Okay.
I
there's-
believe.
Yes,
okay,
Your
so there's an app. Okay, it's pending.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where's that?
DHS, and I'm looking at putting another one in through CACS. I'm having trouble getting a hold of them.
Okay, so you know you have to file paperwork with the court with proof that you have an application pending, correct?
I believe my attorney did.
Your Honor, yes, I do believe Alyssa filed a proof of application along with screenshots from his SER application attached to that.
Okay, so the case will be stayed until there's a determination on that application. Any
Okay.
additional matters for today's record?
Oh, Your Honor, I thought that they were at the next step that had to put something in saying the status of the application. We already had the 114 days, I believe.
I don't know, we haven't even received proof that they filed anything. What 14 days are you talking about?
The first 14 days stay on the initial application.
I don't know when the application was filed. And we've not stayed this case at all.
Okay,
Yeah, this was a hearing set after the pretrial. Pretrial was the last date, so we'll stay the case, and then you'll get a new date for the next hearing date.
Mr. Whitty
All right, Your
intimidates me when I'm around.
How long is what? 14 days. Or I think it's 30. I thought it was supposed to be 30. Our form says it though. Do you have any questions, Mr. Cozart?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank you very much,
thank
Your
you.
Honor.
Okay, Watson needs a hearing, and then did you have any other matters that were ready to go before we did Watson?
No, I think that's my last one with you, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record, Mr. Batterson, okay, he's free to go. On the record in the matter of Lansing property versus Rebecca Watson, file number 23-03316 LT, council appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Woody appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, ma'am, what's your name?
Rebecca Watson.
Okay, and you're proceeding without an attorney today, is that correct?
No, I didn't, I wanted an attorney. I had contacted legal services the last time I was in court and I didn't, no one had contacted me back.
You contacted them last time you were in court.
Yeah, last time I was here.
You met with them while you were here?
Yes.
So I'm inclined to believe that that means that they're not able to take your case, because if they are able to take your case, they move quickly to get an appearance filed and to help negotiate your matter. And so did you hire an attorney?
No,
Okay, and so legal services, there's no court appointed attorney on landlord tenant. You do understand that, correct? We don't appoint attorneys on landlord tenant matters. So legal services can only take what they can take. It. So Maybe they didn't take yours because it was a capacity issue, they didn't have the capacity to assist you. Or it could have been a conflict, I don't know, because they don't tell us when they don't take a case. Unless you're going to hire another attorney,
Can I hire one?
you have absolutely every right to hire an attorney. That's what you want to do. You believe you have a justifiable reason as to why you shouldn't be removed from the property and or that you shouldn't owe the past due rent. You believe that? And it's, is that because of conditions at the property?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna set this for a hearing date. That'll be time to go and see if you can hire an attorney.
April 10th.
April 10th at 2:40. 2:30, sorry, 2:30, because we obviously don't do anything at 2:40. You should also, if you'd like, contact to follow up with legal services, because sometimes even if they can't represent you, they may assist you with some pleadings, some paperwork that you might need to file, okay?
Okay.
Let's see. We'll get you a copy of your notice to appear. Any additional matters on this file?
For the complaint, Joe.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you, Aaron.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your time today.
Thank you. Let's see. You ready on any of your matters?
Ready on Huntertown.
On all of them? I think there's, oh, one looks like it was dismissed. Okay, on the matter of Huntertown Properties versus Jaleesa Coven. File number is 23-06301. Council appearance.
Afternoon, Your Honor, Brent Tanger, plaintiff, P8041.
That fan, I can hear that.
Can you speak up so we can hear you? She can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brent Ingram for the plaintiff, P800491.
Okay, what's your name, ma'am?
Jaleesa Coven.
Today was the date set for hearing for non-payment of rent. Did you all come to a resolution?
We did, Judge. We're going to be submitting a conditional dismissal, and the terms will be that the defendant shall either pay or vacate no later than March 25th, 2024. The amount owed is not in dispute. It's $5,091 as far as the rent, $190.04 of cost for a total of $52,81.04. My understanding is that she's planning on vacating on the 25th.
That's correct, ma'am. You signed conditional dismissal?
I still have to prepare, Your Honor, but I can get that to you later.
Okay.
If that's okay.
That's fine. There's an advice of rights here, ma'am. I want you to get a copy of that. That advises you of the rights that you would have to give up in order to move forward with a conditional dismissal. So you have the right to be represented by an attorney. Do you understand that?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Are you willing to give up that right?
I don't want to take it to like trial.
You said what?
I don't want to take it to like, do I have to like give up my right if I'm not on trial?
Well, if you don't want to go to trial, you would give up your right to trial. If you don't want to go to trial, you have to give the right up.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question though was representation. You have the right to be represented in court by an attorney. You're representing yourself right now. You understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney though,
Yes.
correct? And you want to give up that right?
Yes.
Okay, and you also want to give up your right to be, or to proceed to a jury trial?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to do that?
No.
Okay, any promises being made in exchange for you doing that?
No.
Okay, so you are entering an agreement whereby the case will be dismissed today upon the condition that you will vacate the property by
25th, Your Honor.
the 25th of this month of March. And you understand that vacate means you have to fully remove all of your items and all of your, the people that live there with you from the unit. You need to turn over the keys by that date. You know that, correct? Trash also needs to be removed, your trash. You can't leave your trash there for them to clean out. You understand that? Okay. You have any questions about that? You have 3 business days from today. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that we talked about that you just waived, you can request to have this matter set for hearing. You would have to return to the court within 3 business days to request that, okay? You are going to sign a conditional dismissal today?
She gave me permission to sign. I'm just gonna remind her.
Okay, do you give him permission to sign the conditional dismissal?
Yes,
Okay, any questions?
no, no.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Inform the property manager of the plaintiff that she'll be working today. But she did sign the conditional dismissal form.
You have to put it on the record. What matter is this?
This is case number 23-06467. I'm Alice Parr, representing the plaintiff, Su Yan-lo.
Okay, I'll reset it. I understand she probably has to work. I'll reset it. She's gotta come to court and put this on the record. She has to waive her rights on the record.
I see. So should we schedule?
Yeah, I'll reschedule this and then she'll put this on the record. She can appear via Zoom. She doesn't have to appear in person if she's gonna do the conditional dismissal.
Okay.
And then you can file that through my files.
Okay. So does that mean I need to-
Let me get you a new date.
Yes.
March 27th at 1:30. March 27th at 1:30.
March 27th, 1:30, yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kozor is here with Javon Mason.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. On the record in the matter of Huntertown Properties versus Javon Mason, file number is 23-06315. Appearance, please.
Representing for the plaintiff, P 80491.
Your Honor, Adam Kazard here on behalf of defendant and appearing for Alyssa Hull.
Is Mr. Mason present?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe he's muted on the Zoom.
He needs to start his video and unmute, please. Okay, today's the date and the time that's scheduled for a hearing, and my understanding is the parties have entered a conditional dismissal, is that correct?
We are going to be entering a conditional dismissal.
Okay.
in this case, Your Honor.
Okay,
I'm
what-
not sure if Mr. Kozar has already got that worked out with Mr. Levine at our office. I know that someone was communicating earlier on this file before I got here today, so maybe Mr. Kozar can write this. I just heard that there was a CD in the works.
Mr. Kozor?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe a conditional dismissal was reached and it was submitted through my file earlier today.
Okay, can you put the terms on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor, it has been agreed that past due rent is owed in the amount of $6,390. Court costs are $180.50, and other money due is $444 for a total of $7,014.50. With defendant to pay that full amount on or before March 23rd.
Okay, Mr. Mason, is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, so you want the, and that's accurate, Mr.
I'll take Mr. Kozar at his word. since-
Okay, I would imagine if it's been filed, it must be signed
It is
by
signed.
someone from your office.
Presumably, so
Okay, okay, I would, if it's not signed, then I will be signing it, so we presume it's been signed by someone from your office that would represent that that's an accurate reflection of the agreement. So the conditional dismissal, Mr. Mason, is that you will agree to pay past due rent, $6,390 plus $180.50 for court costs and other monies due $444 for a grand total of $7,014.50. That's accurate, sir?
Yes.
What is the other money due for? Mr. Kozort?
Your Honor, my understanding from Alyssa was that that was for late fees.
Oh. Okay, and so that will be a due and paid in full by March 23rd, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and he's paying in full, or is there a payment plan as a condition of this?
Your Honor, the conditional dismissal just reads, shall pay the full amount on or before March 23rd.
Okay, sounds good. And so, Mr. Mason, you understand your right to proceed to a jury trial on this matter?
Yes.
Are you willing to give up your right to jury trial to have this conditional dismissal entered?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody threatening you to give up that right?
No.
Has there been any promises in exchange for you giving up that right?
No.
You have 3 business days from today. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the right that you gave up, you can return to the court and have this dismissal set aside. We'll set the matter for a hearing, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and you've signed the conditional dismissal or given your attorney permission to sign on your behalf?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for the court?
No.
You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You have another. You. Another one.
We're already on Huntertown versus Miles lately.
On record in the matter of Huntertown Properties versus Niles Lately, file number 23-06314.
Representing for the plaintiff.
Your name, sir? Okay, and you're proceeding without an attorney? He'll stay on that side.
You stay away. Sorry. about
Thank
that.
you. Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a hearing for non-payment of rent. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, we are going to be entering a conditional dismissal. There is no dispute as to the amount owed. Currently, I'm trying to rent to retain of $4,704.29, cost of $190.04 for a redemptive amount of $48.94.33. The terms will be that the defendant shall pay that amount or vacate no later than 3/25/2024. I will be submitting that via my file a little later. He has given me permission to sign, and I advised him as to his rights.
Okay, Mr. Lately, you understand that? Okay, so you want to enter a conditional dismissal?
Yes.
Okay, so the matter will be dismissed today upon the condition that you pay $4,704.29 for past due rent plus $190.04 for court costs for a total of $4,894.33, and that you'll either pay that in full or vacate by March 25th, 2024, correct? You understand that partial payment or performance won't satisfy this. That means you either have to move out. That means you take all your stuff, you turn over your key before March 25th, or you pay that full amount, correct?
Right.
Okay, you understand you had the right to be represented by an attorney today?
Yes.
Are you giving up your right to counsel? You want to give that right up? That means, do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney?
Oh, yes.
You want to give up the right to be represented by an attorney and represent yourself so that you can have this agreement entered today?
Yes.
You also have the right to proceed to a trial, and you have the right to have a jury trial. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
So you want to give it up?
Yes.
Okay, so you give up your right to trial. You have 3 business days from today's date to return to the court. If once you leave here, you realize you do see the point that you misunderstood the rights you were giving up, and then you can come to the court and request to have this agreement set aside. Lastly, did you give counsel permission to sign your name to the conditional dismissal? Do you have any questions for the court?
No.
Any additional matters for the record? Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The only other one I had was Huntertown versus Vance. I don't believe that person showed up, so we probably take a fault.
No one's appeared. That's gonna be a default. Huntertown versus Vance. You said it's gonna be a default. Okay, you can file that on my file.
Very good.
Thank you. Let's see.
For me.
Sounds good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And then you have Bri-Cliff versus Lingo.
Yes.
Okay, I'm having the worst time today. So Polycom. Okay, on the record in the matter of Bri-Cliff Apartments versus Rita Lingua, file number 23-06482. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Kennedy, 61756 on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, is Rita Lingua here?
I believe so.
Okay, today was the date and time set for a hearing for non-payment of rent. That was set for 3:30, it's 3:36. How do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, I move the court for entry of the default judgment at this point.
Default will enter. What's your name? Oh, the attorney just walked out on her matter. Are you aware that you're supposed to be here at 3:15?
Yes, ma'am, I got lost.
Okay, did he leave yet?
I may have case judge court too, I saw him.
You can have a seat back there, man. The default can enter. I thought it was gonna be your matter.
No, most of the time it is.
Right.
It actually-
Okay.
You want me to submit that
You
via?
can submit that to my file.
Okay, I
Thank
will
you.
do so. Thank you, Judge. Have a nice day.
Same to you. Okay, back on the record in the matter of the people. I don't know why I'm saying people, it's not Thursday. Okay. Let me recalibrate my brain. This is Ms. Vance, correct? Huntertown Properties versus Holly Vance, file number 23-6318, appearance, please.
Brian Tanker for the plaintiff.
Okay, and Ms. Vance is present. She got lost earlier, but she's arrived. How are we proceeding?
We're going to be disposing of this one as well with a conditional dismissal. The amount owed is $21.9954, cost is $189.54 for a total of $23.8908. There's no dispute, and the defendant will have until 3/28/24 to either pay that amount or vacate.
3/23/24?
3/28/24.
28/24, okay. That's correct, ma'am. That's how you want to proceed? Okay. You understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney on this matter?
Yes.
Do you want to give up your right to be represented by an attorney?
Yes.
You also have the right to have a jury trial on this matter. Did you want to go to jury trial on this? Everybody threatening you to give up those rights? Oh, so you want the case dismissed today upon the agreement that you'll pay total amount due $2,389.08, which includes past due rent and court costs, correct? You'll pay that, or you'll vacate by March 28th, 2024, correct? You also understand that partial payment or performance won't satisfy. You gotta pay that full amount by that date, or you gotta vacate by that date. You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you're giving up, you can return to the court and request to have this dismissal set aside, and we can set it for a hearing, okay?
Okay.
Did you give him permission to sign your name to the conditional dismissal?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for the court?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
We are all set, Your Honor.
You're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.